the Russian government killed these advanced hikers on the Dyatlov Pass.
What? I've never heard of
all
this.
the conspiracies, this is the one I'm so fascinated with.
They're gonna
me.
find you. You better watch. I don't know her. Why would the government kill these
So
people?
that's where it gets interesting.
Okay,
There was a photographer.
This will be the second podcast. So
Wonderful.
wonderful. You're like, great. Thanks for the pressure. So today on the podcast, we have Sarah too.
Sarah too.
Sarah
That's
too.
fine.
Well, I don't know your last name.
Rohrbach.
Okay, I'm not even
Don't
gonna
even
try.
try to
I'm
pronounce
not
it.
even
You're
gonna
good.
try that because,
Super
like,
German.
yeah, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. And today's podcast is going to be getting to know Sarah. Too. Woo. Now, what I try to do with this is, if you tell a funny story, it'll be like animated as well.
Oh, good to know.
Good to know.
I know
huh?
you have a lot of like bloopers of me doing weird stuff, so
Mhm.
I'm already scared.
Yeah, yeah. We're not gonna about that. Yeah. We're gonna try to. You're like every time you go recording with me, you're like, oh my god, I hope I don't mess up.
Something
or
embarrassing is
something
gonna come
embarrassing is gonna happen.
Nothing like me falling off that raft and you screenshotting my face.
Oh yeah. I do remember that. It's like, you were making some.
It was like the noise. Oh no! Oh no! No!
Yeah,
No!
you should probably try to take that as an Instagram reel.
I might.
And then I think I have I always try to record in 60 frames per second so I can slow people down.
To get every emotion.
Every emotion. Exactly. So maybe we should try to fill people in who you are and how I know you.
Okay, so Arnell and I work together through Southern Idaho Tourism. We've kind of worked together before as well, doing random like freelance stuff together. But I'm a photographer and journalist for Southern Idaho Tourism, so I write all their blogs on the website, and then Arnell is working on recoding our website and doing all that fun stuff. So we kind of are working together. He sends me videos, I'll send him photos.
Mm-hmm.
We're a good team.
Yeah, we're influencers.
Oh yeah. Hey, Arnell is much more of an influencer than me.
No. Sarah is the real influencer here because she actually travels places. I'm just kind of like an Idaho influencer. You actually go different places around the whole world.
Yeah, I love traveling.
Yeah. So I thought this would be a good thing to talk about as well, where I guess a lot of people want to be influencers. You know, everybody watches like YouTube videos and they see their favorite YouTubers. You and I are doing that essentially. You know, we beat the system.
I like it.
Yeah, we beat the system and we're influencers. So maybe can you tell me how you even, because you're not from Twin Falls, right?
Nope.
Can you like tell me the story of how you kind of like even got here? How did you get to this podcast right now?
Yeah, totally. So I guess it all started back in South Dakota. That's where I grew up. I grew up in Aberdeen, South Dakota, and moved to Spearfish, where the Black Hills are, for college. When I was in the Black Hills, I fell in love with nature, fell in love with photography, bought my first camera, just started shooting with friends of random stuff, trees, all the pretty nature out there. And I was majoring in business entrepreneurship, so I kind of figured I wanted to own my own business of some sort. I just didn't know how to take my photography and hiking into a business, really. So I started applying for jobs online, and thankfully Southern Idaho Tourism came up. The job sounded too good to be true. Go on hikes, take photos of it, post it on social media, etc.
You're like, this is a job?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it, and my family couldn't believe it either, but I ended up packing up all my stuff the day after I graduated college and moved out to Twin Falls. Haven't left since, because just love this place. It's so beautifully located. I can get to so many other places as well from here, but the area itself is just hidden gem. It's amazing.
Yeah. So basically, I'm assuming Melissa posted some kind of job. Was it on Indeed?
Yep,
or something
on Indeed.
like that? And then you were like, what were you looking up when you found it? Like,
I
what?
think I started dabbling in the like social media manager realm because
Oh,
I
okay.
did really like Instagram, and all my friends were like, "Oh, your Instagram's awesome. You got to do something with it." And I hadn't really figured out the influencer side of that
Yeah.
aspect. I didn't know how to monetize it, so I figured I might as well go into it for a career. And thankfully, Melissa took a chance on me. I'd never been to Idaho ever in my life,
Yeah.
so I know there was some worry on that,
You're
but
like, okay, well, I will be
Yeah.
going to Idaho. So basically, you found you were looking up like social media, like manager or something like that.
Yep. And the reason Southern Idaho tourism stuck out to me, a lot of the social media managing jobs would be like a makeup company or some type of product. And although that is sometimes fun for me, being outdoors and capturing the outdoors and hiking and experiencing wildlife, that's what really soothes my soul. So when I found the one that's for tourism, to be on hikes, to capture experiences, I just knew that would be such a great fit for me.
yeah, it's like, who doesn't want to get paid to be hiking? That's
Right?
basically what you.
I still cannot believe I got the job to
Yeah.
this day because
It's like we get paid to go hiking, which is nuts.
Love
Like, who would have thought this was a job?
Yep.
Like nobody, when I was doing this stuff, like nobody thought this was going to be going anywhere. And then once I got this job, well, they're like, huh, who would have thought?
Good job.
Yeah.
Good for you. Yeah.
Good
My
for you,
whole
yeah.
family was like, so when are you getting a real job? You
Yeah.
just post on Facebook and
Yeah.
that kind of thing. I'm like, you're just jealous. Living the dream.
Yeah. So maybe then I guess what I kind of was curious is like, how did you first hear about me? Like, did you ever, what's the first thing that you remember seeing of me? Because I remember like I was at the dog park, right?
Yeah.
And
Baxter's.
Baxter's Dog Park. Yeah, I always go there. I still do, you know. And you just showed up with your dog. You have two dogs.
2 dogs now. I probably just had Atlas at the time.
Yeah, you had Atlas at the time. It's like this. What kind of dog is Atlas?
He's a blue heeler border collie.
Okay.
Little firecracker.
I remember you just kind of came in and you're like, "Hey, I know you," and then
Yeah.
I was like, "Is this another Hair and L fan or something?"
Oh yeah, big fan. Number one. I think I had probably seen you on Facebook or something, and at that point, like I said, I'd never been to Idaho, so I was like, I need friends. I need
Yeah.
like-minded people to surround myself with because I also worked remotely, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
genuinely was alone.
Yeah.
So I think I was probably searching social media and came across you because you did have an awesome following before you erased everything.
I just wipe.
But yeah.
I'm a big fan of just wiping, start fresh.
You love that
I
clean
love
slate.
clean slate. So that's why I'm not even worried about like this podcast because it's like I feel like I can just talk about whatever, and
Yeah.
then it's like when you have like so many eyes looking at you, then you kind of start thinking like, should I say that or should I not say that? You know,
Yeah.
you got to be really. But like now that I'm just purely on YouTube, I feel like a weight off my shoulders. I feel like
Yeah.
if there was like a million viewers, I would be like, oh, okay, hopefully this is entertaining for you guys to watch.
Yeah,
you know?
well, that's good because your authentic self is what, your personality is so awesome. You're crazy. You do
Yeah.
all this stuff. So that's good that you don't feel that pressure anymore.
Yeah. So this is what I was going to do is I was going to pull my laptop, right? And then I had some questions that were already pre-made to just kind of like loosen you up, I guess.
Sounds good.
You're like, I almost wanted to do this thing. Have you ever watched The Hot Ones?
I don't think so.
It's like they have like this gimmick where they like eat hot sauce wings.
I think you've talked about this.
And
Yeah.
then I was like, we need to do that. But then I couldn't find anybody that was just going to be willing to eat hot wings and talk. They're like, no.
Well, you know me, I'm vegetarian.
And
so
yeah,
count me out.
she is a vegetarian. So
Sorry.
So this is the only way that I can do the podcast. All right. These are some of the questions that I've written. And I'm just going to see what you kind of say about these.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, all right. Some of them are good. Some of them are like really broad.
Bring it
So
on.
what is your favorite YouTube channel? What do you normally watch?
Kara and Nate. are probably my favorite YouTube channel. Have you seen them?
I've never heard of them. Like, what did they do? Are they
They're
like
like a young couple between our age, and their first kind of YouTube epic series was to go to 100 countries I think they did it in 2 years. So they just hopped country to country to country, and you know how much I love traveling.
Yeah.
So it's just so inspiring for me to see that. I was trying to get Kelby to quit everything.
Yeah,
we
quit.
could do that too.
I feel like you've got Kelby, and by the way, Kelby is Sarah's husband.
And he's just upstairs.
He's
Same
upstairs.
building.
We're in the same building. Everything is getting condensed into this. It's kind of like a creative space, basically. Where
Definitely.
all the creative minds
Love
come
it.
together. So that's good. Okay, I guess some travel questions here I wrote down too. Okay, what do you have an embarrassing travel moment?
Oh, let's see. Embarrassing to myself and the girl I was with, not so much the public around us, but we went out to a party we were in Barcelona.
You were in Barcelona,
and we went
okay.
out for drinks, and we had to catch a plane at 4 a.m. We're like, we'll just
So wait a
drink
second,
up
you-
until then. This is about to get crazy real quick.
Okay.
So we go to this other hostel because I was with a girl from Denmark, and so she had friends who were staying in Spain, and so we went and met up with them. Well, we had to leave our passports at this hostel to go on the bus and to jump from club to club with them. And so it's probably about 2:30 a.m. and we're like, okay, we got to get to the airport now because we don't know how long it's going to take us. We really didn't know how far away the airport was even.
Oh, did you even have like Google Maps so you can look this up?
No, because back then I didn't realize you could use your phone whatsoever in other countries. So like when I backpacked for that entire month, no phone the entire
No
time.
phone. So you didn't know you had to get their own SIM card over there or anything like that?
I know that now, but 18-year-old me was
You're
not
like,
seasoned.
I
So
guess this will work.
anyway, we get in the taxi. We're on our way to the airport. We're almost there, and we realize we don't have our passports, and we're flying from Spain to France, so we need our passports. So we turn the taxi around, get back to our hostel, get the passports. It's about an hour until our plane leaves at this point, and we just start running down the street trying to find taxis. I can't remember if we ended up getting a shuttle or a taxi, but we get to the airport. We're sprinting through it. We get to our gate. They slam the door in our face, and they said, no, you're not getting on. So missed the flight, had to sleep in the airport until the next flight at like 6 a.m., I think. It was sad. It wasn't too bad. It was only 100 extra euros.
Dramatic slam? Like, no.
They definitely were not going to let us persuade them in any way. Yeah.
Please let us get on the plane.
That was sad. That was definitely, I was embarrassed.
Well, if you got anything from that story is prepare
Yes.
or get there early. Isn't there like a rule where you're supposed
If
to
you are not in the airport, don't quote me on this. I believe it's 40 minutes in most European countries.
Oh,
You are
really?
not allowed to get on the plane, even if you like sprint there and make it. You can't get on. So that was our case.
Interesting.
Yep.
Interesting.
I think we had 20 minutes to spare before the plane took off, but that's the
You're like,
that's
we
the
got
hard
20
line.
minutes.
Yep.
Let us on. Like,
Yep.
like we can sit down in 20 minutes. Like, do you know how long it took us to get here? You know, we had
And they
to.
just think, stupid American.
They're like, no,
No way.
nope. Have a nice day. You
Yep.
follow rules, okay? We follow rules here.
Yep.
All right. That's good. I like that. What is the favorite photo you have taken? Do you have a favorite photo you've taken? Like on, because I'm assuming all of Sarah's photos are on Instagram, and her handle is Earth to Sarah. R.
Yep.
Sarah.
That's the Sarah's taken. My last name starts with an R.
Okay.
Probably my favorite. I have two, I think, and they're both from Canada, and they're both at Lake Louise.
Lake Louise.
Yeah, super pretty alpine lake up in the Canadian Rockies in Banff National Park.
Oh, is that then like the blue lake that everybody kind of goes
Super
to?
blue and beautiful. Nearby is Moraine Lake, which is also a really popular one, but I can't decide between the two, but one of them is of red canoes, and then you can see the mountains in the distance, and the water is super still. We went there for sunrise, so it was really beautiful, and it had just snowed, so there's like snow on all the trees laying on the kayaks. And then the other one is on the other side of the lake looking towards where we were just standing, and it's just of trees, but there's like fog going through it, and the larches are nice and yellow, but there's a fresh snowfall. So yeah, those are probably my two favorites.
I'll have to flash those so
Yeah.
people can kind of see which ones
And
you're
you have to
talking
go
about.
to Canada because you would.
Yeah, I've been really wanting to go to that one blue lake in Canada that everybody goes
Probably
to.
Moraine and Lake Louise. Are the
Yeah,
one
it's
you're
it's
thinking.
gotta be, but I don't know if Canada's open or when they're gonna be open or what the deal is there. So I'm like, well, I'll put it on the list and eventually
Maybe
kinda go.
next year.
Maybe next year. We'll
Yep.
put that on the, on the to-do list. Now, here's a good one here. If offered a free trip to anywhere in the world, here's a ticket.
I'll take it.
Okay, where does this ticket code take you to?
Maldives.
Maldives. Okay.
Just because I know it's super, super expensive to get there. It's really hard to get there. So hopefully that ticket's first class.
First class ticket. Here you go, Sarah.
But that water there, oh my gosh. Yeah, I want to go.
Nice. I've never this is a real influencer. I'm just a like a fake influencer, We've got a real influencer here talking to us today. So that's cool. All right. Well, now we go back to some easy questions here. Do you collect anything?
I used to collect rocks. That was my
Rocks,
thing
huh?
as a kid. And then in college, I ended up wire wrapping them and selling them all. So
Why
I
would you do that?
Well, I made pretty decent bank, and I wanted to go to Iceland.
Yeah.
So got to do what you got to do.
So you're telling us that you collected rocks, then you sold these rocks, and then that got you a trip to Iceland, huh?
Yeah, well, probably
Kinda.
not the whole
Not that-
trip. I was also a waitress, so making those tips and whatnot. But actually, last night I was digging through one of these boxes I have in the storage, and I found a little packet of rocks that I still have. So that was my collector's item
Who
when
would?
I was a kid.
Yeah, you're like, I love these rocks.
I say kid, but let's be real. I was collecting them till I was probably at least 20.
Nice. So you're telling me that if you're like on a hike and you see a cool rock, you're like, I'm taking this, huh?
Oh yeah. Actually, recently we were just out at Teepee Rocks, and Kelby's a big rock guy too.
Oh, really?
And we found some obsidian, and he took, I would say, 10 pieces of obsidian, like chipped obsidian, home. And our friend actually made it into a necklace for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say that's about it, unless you count like passport stamps.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I had no idea you collected rocks.
I am a geology nerd.
Oh, who would have thought? Okay, I like this one. This is a good question because this is something happened to me about this. Have you ever done something unbelievable only to have no one around to see it?
Huh. That is a good question.
Isn't that a good question? I was like, I got one, but I'll have you go first. I want to see what you have.
All right. One instant that I guess sticks out in my mind is, so my dogs are like 60 plus pounds, and I'm not the strongest person out there. I like to think I am, but I'm not. And Atlas burned his paws on the sand, and I was with no one. I think I might have told you this. And I had to put him on my shoulders because this little pup would not move. He was so hurt. And I had to put him on my shoulders, and we're in sand, deep sand, and I'm in my chacos, so my feet are starting to burn as well. It was probably like 100 out, you know how the weather is here in the summer. And we had just run down a hill of sand, like slid down it essentially because it was so steep. And I had to climb up that hill with Atlas on my back, in my chacos, burning my feet. I mean, they were red, like charred when we were done.
Yeah.
And I like screamed my way up the hill, just trying to get up. And this little pup peed all over me because he was so nervous. And I mean, I was yelling, trying to get him out of there. I feel like people would be kind of impressed if they would have seen me climb that thing.
Climb that. Okay, all right. That's pretty crazy. So you had your dog on your back.
Yeah, I like squatted, put my head between his legs, his front
So
legs
he was
and
basically
back
kind of
legs.
like, I've seen these people like where they have like a husky and then it kind of looks like
Like
he's
fireman's carry almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you just carried this dog
Carried him up.
all the way up, huh?
Oh, it
And then
was
he
hard.
peed on you.
And he peed. Yeah, not the only time he's done that.
It's like did you at least take him off and he was peeing on you? You're like, what is this warmth coming on me?
I didn't want to set him in the sand.
Oh,
I didn't know if he was gonna
So you're like, it's okay.
I didn't know if it was sweat or pee, but I knew it was a mixture of both.
Oh my God. So what did Kelby think when you came home? It was like,
Oh my gosh, I'm sure I told him, and he was probably like, "Why'd you go on the sand in the first place?" And I don't know.
yeah, the dogs, yeah, even Sasha, she does not like she'll be like, oh, this is hot. What am I
Yeah,
doing? And they'll
yeah,
jump off to
yeah.
the side, and then they're like, this is too hot for me.
Yep. I will not take them on sand again.
Yeah, during summer times here, it kind of becomes really hard to take the dogs around because
Yeah.
everywhere you go it's like you have to be near water is the way I
To
kind of
cool
think
'em
about
off,
it. Yeah, to cool them off, let them jump in the water or something like that.
Or sunrise or sunset and nothing in between, pretty much.
There you go.
Yep.
Exactly. Well, this kind of goes back to this is a question. It's like, what is your typical day look like? What does your typical day look like?
Honestly, every day is so different. I get this question a lot. It's so hard to explain, but generally, I'll wake up, exercise the dogs right away in the morning because it gets so hot. And then I'll sit down with a glass of tea and just start either writing or editing because I once listened to a podcast that said, do what you love the most right away in the morning and that'll give you energy throughout the rest of the day. Like don't check emails, that kind of thing. So I've been trying to stick on that schedule. So yeah, I'll edit or write, publish, check over social media analytics, maybe interact with some people. And then at some point, I'll generally go out and hike if I can and get photos. Usually these days it's been more for sunset. I'll go and do that just to get that awesome lighting and whatnot.
Yeah.
Other days I have to go to different businesses and maybe interview them a little bit, take some photos of the business. Tonight we're going wake surfing, so that'll be awesome.
Look at
So
that.
yeah, every day is different.
Influencer life, you know.
Hashtag influenced.
Okay. Yeah, I think people just think we just go take some photos and call it a day, but there's a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes. Obviously, like when you go to these places, you got to write a whole blog article or so forth. So I guess anybody that's interested in like being an influencer, what would you say like is a good, like, there's a lot of people that want to be influencers and so forth. Like, what would you say would be like what would you recommend that they do or practice?
Yeah. So I've recently gotten contracted with a Utah company. So what I kind of did was tailor a media kit to show them all of the photography I've gotten of similar places that are like theirs to show them what the photography will look like if they were to hire me. For like blog writing and stuff. Just be authentic and talk about your experience, but put it in the viewer's eyes as if they were there for you. I like to be really descriptive in my blogs because I like to know if I'm walking through trees or a trail or through brush, if I have to weed whack, be really specific about your experiences to actually connect with the audience. And I think the same goes for photography. And like posting on Instagram as well. Give them a caption that inspires them, that will help them take the trip themselves. And the biggest thing ever, I've sometimes brought influencers here as well. The thing I'm always looking for in an influencer is if they're interacting on their posts and giving people educational feedback. If someone's asking a question and no one replies to them, that's a no-go for most companies, I would say. We want you to be like interacting and helping people explore the way you did. So,
Nice. Basically, just do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just
do it yourself.
Yeah,
learn from it and help people.
Start taking photos. Start writing blog articles. People, come on. Stop. Actually, don't stop watching this podcast. But watch the whole thing. We've got more tidbits.
Yes.
So here's a good one as well that I wrote down here. What website do you visit the most?
Like website or social media?
Yeah, it could be either. Like, are you always on Facebook or are you always
I'm always on Instagram.
Instagram, yeah. I figured you're gonna say,
Instagram is my jam.
Yeah,
love that.
And why are you on Instagram? Are you getting ideas? Like, when you see a place, like, what do you typically do? You take a screenshot of it? It's like, this is where I want to go?
Yeah, sometimes. Generally, I'll save it because that is like that Instagram feature where you can kind of go into your save stuff. You can actually even organize them, save them into collections. But yeah, if someone puts like the top 10 beaches in Oregon to visit, I'm going in a couple weeks, so I saved that. I actually did screenshot that one and I added it to my notes in my phone just so I'd have it on on hand when we head over there. But yeah, I'm constantly looking for inspiration. I feel so inspired after being on Instagram, seeing different photos of people capturing themselves or nature. I love Instagram.
Yeah, it's like people like they're like, well, this is how it looks like. So then you're like, I do want to go there.
Yep.
So it's very easy. Instagram just makes things so easy.
It does.
Okay, now we're gonna change it up a little bit again. Now we're like doing a Joe Rogan episode.
Alrighty.
What conspiracy do you think might be real?
The Russian government killed these advanced hikers on the Dyatlov Pass.
What? I've never heard of
all
this.
the conspiracies, this is the one I'm so fascinated with.
Okay, well, tell me more. Like, I've never heard of this conspiracy.
Okay,
So what happened?
There's lots of podcasts on it, so go find them. Dyatlov Pass, it's in Russia, and it was these about to graduate college students, Russian students, very, very talented hikers. I mean, they backpack, they cross-country ski all the time. They all went out together to get, like, their final certification for a course, and they all died. They were all found dead.
What?
Some of them were like no tongue, no eyes. One of them, the cause of his death was getting hit by a truck. Like that's the
That doesn't make
impact
sense.
on
How do
his
you lose a
body.
tongue when you get hit by a truck?
And really, the only explanations would be like avalanche or like extreme negative weather or something. But that doesn't make sense. Why were some of them face down in the river? Some of them didn't have clothes on.
How many hikers were there?
Oh gosh, I think there was 7.
7 hikers just disappeared. Maybe this should be the title of the podcast.
7 hikers
Disappear.
Sarah's take on the Russian government killing them. Oh gosh, I'm gonna get.
Oh no, we are gonna get monetized now, or they're gonna find you. You better watch
They
now.
recently reopened the case.
I don't know her. If anybody is
sorry, everyone, they're coming.
So, is this like a podcast that you listen to? It's like true crime podcast.
I can't remember which channel I listened to. I've actually listened to a few of them, and on the Discovery Channel, a famous traveler, it's like Uncover Secrets or something like that, with a guy who travels the world, and he went and cross-country skied to where these kids were found.
Oh.
So with him getting all this like public awareness on the event, they reopened the case to try to bring...
Why would the government kill these people?
So that's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
There was a photographer on the crew, and the last photo he got was of an orb in the sky.
Are you saying
Dun, dun, dun.
aliens? Like what?
That is one of the thoughts.
So wait a second. So these people go on this hike. They get killed by the Russian government. Man, I hope somebody is listening to this. You know, up there, they're like, what are they talking down there? You know, they're like, what's going on down there? So they went on a hike. Then they all got killed by the Russian government.
And they were out there for days, at least a week at this point, backpacking.
Okay, so these people were backpacking in Russia. Where's this spot at again?
Dyatlov Pass. You can Google it.
Dyatlov?
That's the mountain.
And how long is this hike typically? Like?
Oh gosh, well, since they also cross country skied it, so I would say it's maybe 100 miles.
Oh, it's 100 miles.
Don't quote me, podcast listeners. I'm not exactly sure on that, but it's very long.
So again, so they were cross countrying, 7 of them, and then did they all die at the same exact spot?
Yes, generally.
And there was like nobody could figure out why.
No snow was over their tent. The cut from the tent was made inside the tent, so they fled the tent themselves. I mean, nothing makes sense.
It's giving me goosebumps now.
Crazy?
Like,
go listen to it. I'll text you the name
man,
of it.
I'm getting goosebumps. I just like
I'm
what?
obsessed with it. It's wild.
It kind of seems like Blair Witch Project or something like that when you said that.
The
tent was cut.
Right now. You have so many goosebumps.
The tent was cut from the inside, and they ran. You think they ran?
Maybe some of them. Maybe. They think maybe the one who had the impact of a vehicle hitting them climbed the tree and fell.
How would there be a vehicle there? Like, it sounds
there are no vehicles, but the trauma on his body was of a similar. If someone was in a car accident.
Oh, so it was like such a big impact.
Yeah, like all of his ribs had collapsed, or like something insane.
Something hit him. You don't think it's a bear?
But how would a bear kill 7 people?
I don't know, Yogi the Bear might be, very
Maybe
determined.
it's Sasquatch, maybe it's Bigfoot. We'll never.
And-
Hopefully, we know someday.
And there was an orb in the
Yes,
sky.
the last photo on the camera was an orb in the sky.
Mush.
Go look it up, everyone. It's
All right, people, we've
It's
got a mystery to solve here.
someday it'll be solved.
Someday. Wow.
So that's my conspiracy. I
Oh.
don't buy into a lot of them, but that one is.
That one, man, you had that one like ready to go. Like if you're like waiting, you're like, I gotta tell you about this. All right, well, everybody now has to go look up that conspiracy and start doing their research. Everybody do your
Bring
part.
it to us.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think.
Let us know who did it, what did it, and then we'll finally get this mystery solved.
We'll take it to the government.
We'll take it to the government. Okay, so then this leads to the next question that I had here, which was, have you ever had this can't be happening? This can't be happening moment, and what was it?
Let me think.
This can't be happening.
Not quite as dramatic as I'm sure a lot of people's are, but I was on the top of a peak, the tallest peak in South Dakota, Black Elk Peak, and I see a green cloud rolling in and just all the lightning you could imagine, and it was amazingly beautiful. But I knew green meant hail.
Ooh.
And so we're on top of this mountain. Mind you, there's a metal building on top of this mountain as well. So we're like, we got to get out of here because this lightning is rolling in fast. And I got very nervous we would be struck by lightning.
Oh, really?
One of our classmates at college had recently got struck. So it was really on my mind. So we start running down this mountain and it starts like baseball size hailing on us. I had marks on my body from getting hit from this hail. And I remember we just ducked under a rock and put our packs on our back and just hid. And I definitely said, I cannot believe this is happening right now. 5-mile hike down. So it was.
Oh yeah.
We ran as fast as we could, but you can't outrun.
You can't outrun a storm like that.
Yep. So yeah, that was probably that.
You're like, this can't be happening.
It was painful for sure, but I'll never forget it. So
That's awesome. I like that. That's a good one. Okay, what's the best thing that has happened to you this year, 2021?
okay, last week or 2 weeks ago,
Okay.
I was told that I get to go to Peru with a Sony ambassador and do a photo workshop with him.
There you go, people. Influencer life.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I am so excited.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna basically be going over there to like explore Peru, take photos.
Yep, we'll be in the Andes and the Rainbow Mountains, get to see Machu Picchu, all that.
Ooh.
And I'll hopefully have a Sony by then, so I'll be learning from the best of the best on how to use that thing, because I'm currently shooting Nikon.
There you go, people. Get a Sony. I'm currently running like 2 Sonys, and then this is an iPhone here, which is gonna get replaced by Sony as well.
Sponsor us, Sony.
Yeah, we need Sony to just like shh.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
But yeah.
you want the newest camera? We've got it.
But yeah, Peru's been on my list for years, so.
And how many
having this
days are you going to be doing that?
I would say it's a week.
Oh, look at
I
that.
need to look into it, but
Oh, okay. So that's awesome. Yeah. So you get to, like I said, Sarah is a real influencer going to all of these cool places.
I've been given really amazing opportunities.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, like most people, if you think about it, they don't travel as obviously as much as you and I do. I mean, I'll go to the coast.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like that was far away, you guys.
See, and I just think that should change, because nothing makes me feel more present and in the moment and like connected with nature, not to be super cheesy, but then traveling to a place I've never been and seeing a landscape I've never seen. I wish more people took the initiative to go and do that and travel and explore the unknown.
Yeah. Do you have a like a favorite sunrise or sunset memory that you were like, this is the most beautiful sunrise ever?
Oh my gosh, so many amazing ones, but maybe specifically one in Indonesia. We're on Nusa Penida, and we went up to a temple on pretty much the top of the island. It was at like the top of the volcano, and we went for sunrise to make sure we wouldn't have to wait in line for all the pictures taken, because over there it's getting pretty crazy with how many people are taking photos. Like there's lines. By the time we left, there was like 100%.
Oh, really?
line.
They're all like lining up to take a photo
Just
and
to
stuff?
get that one money shot photo of the two pillars, essentially.
Ah.
Oh, sorry, we were actually in Bali, and it's
Oh, okay. It's it's
the
like
two pillars.
the two pillars. I've
and
seen
it looks
this on
like
your
there's water
Instagram.
underneath.
Oh, okay.
Spoiler alert! It's actually locals just holding a mirror under your phone to make it look like water.
These are the lies of influencers.
I think I put on that picture on Instagram. I was like, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Oh no, we've told a secret.
But
This
yeah.
is kind of like cow tipping.
Oh, is that a secret?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you not know? What have you ever?
I did like grow up in South Dakota, but I definitely didn't ever tip a cow, but we definitely played with the cows.
Yeah, people think you can go up to a cow and tip it.
Yeah, I've never done that.
That's impossible. You just can't do
Okay,
it.
you can't. Okay.
You just can't do it. It's like
I'm imagining that movie Cars when all the cows just like tip over when they
oh yeah,
rev their
we're
engines.
yeah. No, it's like a thing that it's like the biggest secret in the world. Cow tipping. You can't tip a cow.
Okay, I believe it. I wouldn't want to try.
Have you tried to tip a cow?
I have pet cows and I've been kicked by cows and I don't care to try to tip one.
Yeah.
Especially like a mama with a calf. No way.
Yeah. It's impossible. Like this is like, this is a thing that people like say, oh, let's go cow tipping and so forth, right? But it's like to tell the person like, like you want the person that doesn't know it's impossible to go try to tip it,
I see.
And then they'll be trying
It's
to
like
push
snipe hunting or jackalope hunting, that kind of thing.
I don't know what
Have you
that
heard
is.
of that stuff? Do you know what a jackalope is?
I don't know what a jackalope is.
It's a bunny with horns. A jackrabbit, that's an antelope.
I've never seen a
They're
bunny.
beautiful.
Where have you seen these bunnies?
South Dakota.
South Dakotas, they're just
I'm
running.
just kidding. They're also fake.
They're all so fake.
I
You
thought
had
they
me
were real.
going
I
for
know,
a second.
know.
I was like, I have seen those photos of these. They must just
Bunny with
Photoshop
antlers?
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
These people, they're tricking us.
Next time Kelby wears a hat with a red brim, look at it, and it'll say strange, and then there's a jackalope on top of it.
Oh. See, I thought that was real too.
Oh my gosh, funny. I thought they were real as well. I thought I had memories with my family going out and hunting these rabbits.
And then it was
They
all
are
a
not
fake.
real. They're just jackrabbits.
They're just jackrabbits.
Yep.
See, we have learned some new interesting
What an
things.
insightful podcast.
The bunnies are fake with the horns. You can't tip cows over.
I'm now remembering in the Cars movie it was tractors.
Tractors. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're tractors. It was
Yes.
like they go because it was in cars. They didn't
Yes.
really have actual
No
ones.
cows.
Do you have a worst vacation memory? Like something like you were on a trip and then we were like,
A lot went wrong in Thailand.
like what do you mean? What went wrong? Things went wrong in Thailand.
Yeah, not
Oh,
every
you know-
trip is as it seems.
Oh, really? I have a friend that's from Thailand, so he'll be
very
probably he'll be interested in this story.
So we were in Bangkok only, which I think was the biggest mistake. We should have flown to other islands because we went for our honeymoon. So my anticipation was beaches, beautiful, all this kind of stuff. But we stayed in Bangkok only, and that city is just crazy busy.
Yeah.
And we tried walking it. I mean, we were like 8 miles in, and it was hot and smelly. We were going down back streets. We had no business.
You're like in an alley. You're like, what? Yeah.
Some locals were laughing at us, and we were like, "We know. We're sorry. We don't mean to be here." But anyway,
They're like, this person is not on the main road.
And on the way there, we just got really sick from the food. I remember our stomachs just hurt so bad, and so it was a really slow start to the trip. And if you're gonna fly all the way from America to Thailand, you have to stay at least 2 weeks. We tried doing it in I think 7 or 8 days. Just wasn't enough time.
So where would you recommend they go to?
Instead of, fly into Bangkok for the super cheap tickets, but then go to Phuket or the Phi Phi Islands. There's a lot of islands around there. I've also heard Chiang Mai is really beautiful, which is up north. But yeah, we only went to Bangkok. We did end up going to a beach on the last day, which was so amazing. I wished we had done that more days. We had to like boat out to it, and we went through the sea with all the mountains, like the jungle mountains around us, and that was incredible. I just wish our whole trip would have been that experience.
Just like that.
Yep.
So if you ever find yourself in Bangkok,
Yep. Fly away.
Go to an island. Don't go through alleys. Is what it's.
Don't walk the entire city when you can ride a taxi or a tuk-tuk for less money.
Yeah. You guys were just being cheap. It sounds like
The trip home was $3,
Oh.
American dollars, and we
for
walked.
$3.
We walked for hours. Like, oh my gosh.
Only $3.
That was a mistake.
Yeah.
Europe, walk all you want. You'll save a ton of money. Not in third world countries. Just get a ride.
Just get a ride.
Yep.
What's your idea of relaxing?
Oh gosh. Kelby will laugh at this question because I am the worst at relaxing. I am like low-key OCD, always have to be doing something, always have to be cleaning or working. That's a big issue of mine.
Yeah.
So I guess truly relaxing would probably be me with my camera like next to a river.
Oh, you would just like snuggle it?
Well, snap a couple pics
Snap a couple
here and there.
pics.
I do love playing my ukulele. So if
okay.
I'm out on like the canyon ledge, I'll play my uke, and that definitely relaxes me. But I'm not the type of person that can just like sit back and turn my mind off. So yeah.
Oh, okay. So you always got to be doing something, huh? That's kind of like how I am too. It's like I'm like watching a sunset. Let me just take a photo and stuff like that.
Oh, my favorite show's on. I'm sure I can post on Instagram while I'm watching.
While I'm watching this. This is a really weird one. Have you ever gotten anything autographed?
I had my mom. So I played soccer growing up and through college, and I had my mom. She met David Beckham at a big
Ooh.
convention, so I had her autograph my jersey from him.
Oh, I'm gonna title this "Sarah Meets David Beckham" now.
I wish I'd have met him. I used to be a groupie for a band called Time Flies Tuesday.
I don't know what that. I've never heard of this.
They're kind of gone now, but while I was in like high school, college, my friends and I would go to a lot of their concerts, and we'd do meet and greets, so they'd sign whatever shirt I was wearing and whatnot. But I would say that's probably about it.
Yeah, that's okay, cool. All right, I have just a few more questions, and then I'm gonna just ask you about some of these Instagram photos that I found.
Sounds good.
And then that's it. I don't know how
Sounds
long we've
good.
been recording. We've been at this for a while. Oh, we've been at this for like 43 minutes.
Perfect.
It says. If you became the president,
Whoa.
what's the first thing you would pass? Like, we gotta pass this immediately.
Might get hate for this, but everyone has to be eco-friendly. I don't care how big your company is. You got to be using carbon neutral, all sustainable. We are not dumping oil in the ocean anymore.
Sarah's gonna make the world
Save it.
save the world. Save the world.
Yep.
That's awesome. So
I've
yeah,
been to too many little islands where there's just plastic
everywhere.
all around. Yeah.
I've never seen that. Okay. I'm just gonna skip this one. This was a weird one as well. These are just really random questions that I got.
I'm liking it. It's making me like dig in my
Dig
brain.
in your brain, huh? You're like, these are. Were you expecting this is how the podcast was gonna
Nope,
go?
Not at all. I thought we were gonna read through like some blogs or something.
That's what you thought this was gonna be? No. We'll do that
No, this
on
is
another.
more fun. I
Yeah,
like it.
this is just kind of like getting to know Sarah.
Yes.
You know, I think anybody watching this will kind of have a better idea of who you are and things like
Yeah,
that
definitely.
now. So
I
think,
feel like we're even getting to know each other.
yeah,
better through this.
exactly. So I feel like everybody needs to kind of do these. This was a weird one, but maybe we'll just get this one done as well. I'm gonna knock all of these out and then roll over to this. This is: have you ever given a present to someone and they didn't like it and they just hated it?
Huh. I don't think they've ever hated it to my face.
Yeah, but like, have you? Well, no. The question is more like, you gave it to them and they're like, thanks, but then you're like, they freaking hate
Ooh,
this.
I gave my niece a kitten.
Oh.
And my brother, who also inherited the kitten, hated it. But then they fell in love with him.
Okay.
But he was so mad at me. I just like brought a box up with a couple holes in it. And I was like, Merry Christmas.
They're like-
and she opens it and a little kitty jumps out. That was the best.
Oh man, that kind of ruins something.
Oh, no.
That's kind of ruins something. But I'll tell you what it is later.
Okay.
Okay. I was gonna ask you. This rolls into the next set of explain that Instagram.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So I pulled up some of your before you got to the office. We're like in an office. This is like a downstairs. There's
Layer.
the layer, the podcast layer. It looks really good. I'm telling you, you'll see how this looks like once we push the podcast live and so forth. Explain this, Sarah. What is this monkey?
So that's in Bali.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, crazy. Actually, funny story behind that. Okay, so I'll start with this. We've researched monkey sanctuaries in Bali, which if you're ever going to Bali, I definitely recommend because some monkey sanctuaries are not kind to their monkeys. So look up the correct ones to go to. This was Sangha, Sangha, something like that. Anyway, they're kind to their monkeys. The monkeys were friendly towards us. They came up to us. We were feeding them and stuff. So they started climbing up us. And a girl we had picked up, she was just in between going to Vietnam. She came and joined our little friend group, and she got cut by the monkey. It like scratched open her arm, and she was bleeding bad. And you don't really want that in like third world country. You don't know.
Yeah, you're
where
like,
that monkey's been, you know what I mean?
I don't know where this monkey's been.
So thankfully they just like took her to their little back shop and got her all cleaned up. But yeah, this Instagram, I guess we just had monkeys climbing all over us.
Yeah, that's awesome. Explain this monkey.
Same monkey.
Same monkey?
Well, probably a different monkey, but yeah, that's still in that same sanctuary. We were near Ubud. We stayed in Ubud, and there's monkeys everywhere. So if you need some monkey love, go to Ubud.
So they're just gonna like climb up on you. They
So
dig through
they
your
put
hair.
crackers on my head.
They put crackers. I didn't even notice that.
Yes, they put crackers on my head,
So
and that's why he climbed up.
So this monkey is just basically having like lunch.
Yep, just snacking on my hair.
Snacking on your head, and you're like,
Yep.
yeah, delicious.
Yes,
And then you're like,
and
this is awesome.
Full transparency, they did not smell very good.
Oh, okay. Monkeys do not smell good. How
Not
would
the
you
best.
describe this monkey smell?
Like a wet dog who's rolled in garbage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Huh. Interesting. See,
Cute
you would
guys.
have never
guys.
got that from the photo. You have to watch this
Yeah.
podcast.
See, that's the thing about Instagram. It's a highlight. You don't see my friend's arm. You don't see us
Yeah.
running from the monkeys
Yeah.
because they're making us nervous.
Were they like chasing you at one point?
Not at this specific sanctuary, but at our Airbnb. There was monkeys in the trees, and they jumped down. And thankfully, I was on the other side, so I was photographing the whole thing. But my friends got chased out of the Airbnb from
Oh, really?
monkeys.
Wow.
Yeah. Bali's a crazy little place.
Wow. Crazy monkey stories. We have so many interesting stories coming from you here.
Yes.
Okay. This is going to be a quiz.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. You like Instagram, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's your favorite thing.
Yeah.
What is the first Instagram photo that you have posted?
I know exactly what it is.
Because I brought it up.
It's Okaboji, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Yep.
Yeah. What's going on here?
I was clearly a very talented photographer.
Yeah, this
back
is
then.
Sarah's first.
I'm pretty sure on the chair next to me is my cousin Kyla.
Uh-huh.
I'm next to her. We're getting our tan on.
Yeah.
We had a family reunion.
Oh, okay.
At Okaboji.
So you're just like, click.
Click.
I'm
With
surprised
my
you
old
remember that.
iPhone. It's because someone else sent it to me not that long ago, and they were like, the moment it all started.
The
with
moment
that
it all
picture.
started. Yeah. This is the moment.
I think I was probably like 14. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've definitely come a long ways. If this was your first photo, it's like
Definitely.
basically you got like, what is this? This is some kind of like,
That's the color pop.
yeah, you're like, I'm taking this. All right.
Funny.
And then I was going to ask you,
You have
okay.
to go deep to find that one. Holy
Yeah, I was like scrolling. I was like, well, she won't be here yet. So I just kept scrolling. I was like, oh, I got a good question. Okay, and then this one, I was going to be like, what do you like more, cats or dogs?
I think we know this. Dogs.
Well, explain this.
Okay.
Is this the cat that you were talking about?
No, that's
this
just
is-
a farm kitty. So my grandparents still live on this farm. I would stay with them every summer and help them with
Mm-hmm.
cattle and whatnot. But I actually love all animals, and
Mm-hmm.
I love kitties. But something about their fur
Yeah.
makes me so allergic.
Oh, really?
I sneeze sometimes my throat closes, sometimes my nose will close. My eyes water. I get puffy. If they scratch me, I swell. So nothing against kitties because I love them to death. It's just like I can't bury my face in a kitty. I can in a dog.
Okay.
So I would just choose dogs
You
generally.
prefer dogs or so forth.
But I do love all animals.
All right, that's fair enough. I was like, explain this cat.
Also a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah, you look really young in here.
Yeah, I was probably a sophomore in high school.
Oh, really?
In that photo, I think.
Yeah. When did you get Atlas?
Just a couple months after moving to Idaho. So
So you're like, I need an adventure buddy.
like I said, I had no friends or anything, and I was hiking alone constantly, and I just really wanted a presence with me. And oh my gosh, Atlas has been the best to have.
Yeah.
He's really good with hiking and coming to me, and
Yeah, if you don't have a dog, go get one.
Yep.
You know, it's like
go rescue.
Go rescue a dog.
Yes.
Go rescue a dog. All right, and then I'm gonna try to. We're gonna get to a point where we're gonna try to close this up now. I guess I want to tell people like some of your, because like this is most people that are gonna probably see this maybe are kind of around visit Southern Idaho or Southern Idaho. I don't know why I said it. Most people are visit Southern Idaho. That makes no sense. Most people are around Southern Idaho. What would you say are your favorite must-do hikes around Southern Idaho itself? What would you recommend people do?
100% Box Canyon State Park. That place is just gorgeous.
Have you ever had any kind of like crazy adventure there or something happen to you over there?
I found a dog there once, and she hiked all the way out with us and jumped in my car. So I took her back home and tried to find her owner, and eventually I'd taken her to the shelter so she could try to find a new home. But that was pretty wild. I didn't know what to do with her. It was just me and Atlas.
Yeah.
And she just came to us, hiked the entire hike with us, even swam with Atlas.
Oh, really?
And I thought about keeping her.
You're like, I'm going to just keep
She was so sweet, a little blue heeler, but she didn't know how to sit or come. So it would have been hard for me to have her.
So crazy. There's a lot of dogs. I found a dog once as well in Box Canyon, and it had like I thought it had a broken leg or something like that.
No.
It was like
Inside the canyon?
Inside the canyon, and there was like nobody around. We rescued it, and we took it to the animal shelter, and then we found out we accidentally stole that dog.
It was probably a farmer's nearby.
And they were like going, and I was like,
See, and that's what I maybe think about that blue heeler I found
you might have stolen a dog too.
I put it
Listen,
all over
everybody
Facebook. steals
a dog at Box Canyon, apparently.
She jumped in my car. There was no way I could shut the car and drive away. You know?
Yeah, you're like, what am I gonna do? Like I'm not gonna leave this dog here.
I've actually found a lot of dogs around here. Found one at Niagara Springs, and I found 2 in the South Hills.
So crazy. Like a lot of times they don't even have a collar on them. It's like, go to Fred Meyer.
Yeah.
Go to Fred Meyer, get like a tag for like $5-6, and that's it.
Yep.
And then at least you know where to take the dog back to or who to call. You know, it just blows my mind how many people don't like put.
I think a lot of them might be dumped as well.
Oh, really?
Maybe they're not belonging. Yeah, I don't know. But.
So Box Canyon for sure. Okay. I always say Box Canyon too because I go snorkeling a lot there too, and it's like clear water, scuba diving.
The water's just unreal.
Yeah,
it's so cool there.
It's a hidden gem.
Hidden gem.
All right, maybe top 3. We'll just give them top 3.
Another one.
So that one is a must do.
Independence Lakes. Love that hike. Have you been up there?
Oh, yeah. I've been there like twice.
Perfect.
It's really tricky to get there if you don't have the correct car.
Yeah, your vehicle has to be high clearance and you have to have decent tires. I've had people go up there and their tires pop, and that's not fun. So
imagine trying to change the tires up top there.
Be very prepared. It's a 6-mile round trip to the first lake. I would say 7 or 8 total if you want to do all the lakes. So it's a hike and it's a decent elevation gain. So be prepared. But the views are so worth it. It's amazing. It's an alpine lake at literally the top of Southern Idaho.
Yeah, there's like 3 of them there. I did that hike first with my, that was like beginning of the L vlog or so forth. I went with my friends and it was brutal. It was brutal.
It's a steep one.
Yeah, and then the second time I had my mom come along.
Did she do okay?
She barely made it. She was like, we just kept saying, me and my sister were like, it's right there.
Oh, no.
This is another big life. Somebody's telling you, it's just right there.
And I am the worst for doing that on trails. Like when we did Mount Whitney,
Mm-hmm.
we're coming down. We were probably 3 or 4 miles down, and someone passed us, and they were like dying. And they're
Yeah.
like, "How much longer?" And I
You're
was
like,
like,
"It's
"You're
just-
almost there." No,
just-
you're not. You still got to go on the back
Yeah.
of the mountain and climb back up it.
Yeah. These unexperienced hikers, they just don't know. It's just right there. It's just like a way for us to tell you, keep going.
Yeah,
I'm not
don't
turning.
give up.
Yeah, it's like, don't give up. Because it's like, you don't want anybody to turn around and be
Yeah.
like, it's like,
And I mean, 4 miles away on Mount Whitney, you truly are almost there. You've already done
yeah,
7.
it's like 4
so
more miles.
Keep
What's
it up.
Yeah. Yeah, Sarah and I did, Sarah, that one.
Sarah won.
Sarah won. We got to,
Yep.
we were like very close to the bridges, the natural bridges in Oregon. Have you ever been there?
I've heard of them, but I have not been. No, it's on the coast, correct?
Yeah, it's on the coast
yep.
itself. We were
Seen
like,
pictures.
yeah, we were like an hour or 2 away, and we're like, we might as well. Not a fun experience. We drove an extra 2 hours to just see it, and then it was like, this is it.
Oh no. Okay, good to know.
Good to know.
How far is that from Portland?
Miles and miles away, like 4 hours.
Oh,
like,
okay. Probably.
At one point, we were like 4 hours away from 4.5, maybe 5 hours away from our campsite.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
we're like,
that's a
what
long
are we
day of
doing here?
driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
I hope the photos turned out pretty.
And then, what's the last recommendation that you would say? Yeah.
Just hiking around the City of Rocks is awesome.
City of Rocks?
Yeah.
There's so many things.
There are a lot. I did Circle Circuit the other day. Window Arch is the easiest hike ever. You just walk out to it right there. That one's really pretty. I've done a couple other, like, there was one 6-mile one I did, and it led on top of the park. Any hike in there gives you the views.
The thing is, like, Southern Idaho has so many different hikes. We even have that app, so that way,
Yeah.
you can just go like, oh, I'm gonna go there, and then we got to like you push a button, directions,
Yep.
boom, there. You can also look at all of Sarah's blogs.
Yep.
So you've got like a bazillion places. There's so many
Just go
places.
on our website, and you'll be inspired immediately.
Yeah.
Visit southidaho.com.
Visit southidaho.com. That's a promo, I guess. We're promoting. Yeah. Well, obviously that's what we're supposed to. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're gonna call it good. This is a good stopping
Sounds
point. That's been getting to know Sarah, and I think we got a lot of good stuff here. So
Nice to meet you guys.
nice to meet you guys. All right. Well, see you guys on the next one. I wonder who's gonna be next on here. All right. Peace out. Bye bye. I don't know how to close these. You just
Perfect. That was
Have a
perfect.
nice day. Bye bye.
And cut.